please rise for the graduating class of 2026. Parents, faculty, honored guests in the class of 2026, welcome to the 80th commencement ceremony for Bedford High School. Audience, please turn off your cell phones or put them on silent alarm. Gentlemen, please remove your hats and stand and remain standing for the national anthem sung by Kyla Kelji.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Parents, family, and friends of the graduates, members of the Board of Education, fellow educators, and honored guests, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremonies for Bedford High School's graduating class of 2026. Commencement is a formal ceremony. We are asking for your help in maintaining the dignity of this event by observing the following traditions. Please refrain from leaving your seat to take pictures during the ceremony. Professional photographers will be taking color photos of all graduates as they receive their diploma. These photos will be available for purchase. Therefore, personal photos should only be taken after the ceremony. This is a right and proper ceremony. We are sure that you agree that each family present today has the right to hear their graduate's name when it is announced. We ask that you observe the Bedford clap during the diploma distribution. Please hold the full-fledged applause until all of the graduates have received their diploma. At the conclusion of the ceremony, the audience will be asked to stand and recognize the class of 2026. Thank you for your cooperation. I take great pleasure in now introducing the Vice President of the class of 2026, Ibrahim Salah.
It is my privilege to introduce the Bedford Public Schools Board of Education and the Administrative Cabinet. Please stand and be recognized as you are introduced. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been read. For the Bedford Public Schools Board of Education, Ms. Amy Drehorst, President, Dr. Megan Kahn, Vice President, Ms. Lisa McCaig, Trustee, and Mr. Cole Ellsworth, Trustee. For the Administrative Cabinet, we have Dr. Carl Schultz, the Superintendent of Bedford Public Schools, Dr. Mark French, Assistant Superintendent of Instruction and Student Services, Mr. Alex Chapman, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources and Labor Relations, and Mr. Tom Martin, Executive Director of Operations. I would like to introduce the administration of Bedford High School. Please hold your applause until all names have been read. You may stand while your name is called. Mrs. Danielle Wilson, Assistant Principal. Ms. Leslie Materney, Assistant Principal. Mr. Larry Nocella, Athletic Director. Mrs. Jacqueline Lancina, Career Technical Director. And Mr. Kevin Weber, Principal. Will the rest of the staff members please stand? I would now like to introduce the Secretary of the class, Mr. Nathan Mikwa.
Good afternoon. I would like to introduce the 2026 class officers. Officers, please stand as your name is read. Audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Class officers, President Aaron Mayavsky, Vice President Ibrahim Salah. Student Council officers, President Maya Ortiz, Vice President of Activities Belle Pfaff, Vice President of Advertising Gabrielle Chappell, Vice President of Philanthropy Kyla Kalaji. Please recognize the Student Council members seated with the graduates of the class of 2026. Student Council, please stand now. At this time, I would like to introduce Aaron Mayavsky, the class president, who will address the graduating class of 2026.
I'll try to make this quick. I know people are thinking about that post-graduation dinner. I really want to take a moment to thank my family here, Mom. It takes a different type of patience to raise a kid like me, and it does not go unseen. Dad, a lot of kids grow up opposing their fathers. I would be more than happy if I grew up to become half the man that you are. Ellen, I'm so proud of you. You're working so hard. I can't wait to see where the future years take you. But before I get into everything else, I think we should all give ourselves a firm pat on the back for getting here. Getting to this point, graduating high school, is a huge deal. It required 4 long, stressful years of countless late nights, tiresome studying, and just grinding to make sure we got here. It wasn't just academics either. Many of us had to juggle all of that with athletics, clubs, community service, and life in general. 4 years of putting so much pressure on ourselves to succeed has finally paid off. But isn't being hard on yourself a good thing? I mean, isn't that what we've been taught is what builds champions and people who do incredible things? It seems like everyone all the time is telling you, you're not doing good enough. You need to act your age and work harder. Work harder. You look at someone online and they're doing more than you and it makes you feel insignificant. After a while, it gets to a point, I'm tired, man. This constant standard that you're not doing good enough, that you're not doing enough, that you need to be this kind of provider, this kind of individual, the kid who needs to be doing better than his peers. Why, though? Why? Are you being fair to yourself? I mean, it's a simple question. Are you being fair to yourself? We've grown up with this standard of perfection, and that's what's infected all of our minds. We can't even exist normally because somebody out there is doing better than you. But that's not being fair, because we've all started at different points in our lives with different resources, different backgrounds, different perspectives. So for us to hold ourselves to that same accountability and standard, that's foolish. So here's what I want to leave you with. Don't be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. Get perfect out of your head. Poof. Instead, be great. Be great in the way that you interact with your friends. Be great in the way that you treat your family, but most of all, be great in the way that you treat yourself. I know a fact that a ton of the students in this building have sacrificed their own well-being on countless occasions, masking what they were feeling, hurting themselves mentally and spiritually just to keep their grades up or to be of service to everyone around them. But for what? Good grades? I promise you, 10 to 15 years from now, your grades, your SAT, how involved you were in student council, how many chords you had, it does not matter. It doesn't. What does matter is the friends, the family that you made along the way. The dances, the parties, the moments that had nothing to do with school at all, that's what sticks. And that's something I personally wish I would have figured out sooner. So I urge you, to the students that put so much pressure on themselves, please remember that your life is also meant to be enjoyed. Somewhere along the way, we started treating life like it's just this waiting room for the next level, the next assignment, the next achievement, the next version of ourselves. We've convinced ourselves that once we get there, once we make it, then we'll relax. We'll kick our feet up and enjoy the fruits of our labor. But there's always something next, isn't there? And listen, that mindset is powerful. Discipline is powerful. Ambition is powerful. There's nothing wrong with wanting more for yourself. But if you are always chasing, always optimizing, always pushing, and never pausing, you will run straight past your own life. So as we walk out of here today, I want to leave you with a quote from a buddy of mine by the name of Ferris Bueller. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Congratulations, Bedford. We did it.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome our varsity choir, directed by Mrs. Tracy Glover. They will sing "You Will Be Found" from the musical Dear Evan Hansen, composed by Pasek and Paul.
Have you ever felt like you could disappear? When you don't feel strong enough to stay, you can reach out your hand. And someone will come running, and I know will take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So when the sun comes streaming in, you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. You will be You are not alone. 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 Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. As the sun comes streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. When the dark comes crashing through, need someone to carry you will be found.
At this time, I would like to introduce Maya Ortiz to address her classmates.
One second. Let's give another round of applause for that choir.
Greetings, teachers, administrators, friends, family, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Before I get started, I would first like to thank all of the teachers in the room today. Whether a part of Bedford or not, it is because of people like you that we are standing here today about to graduate. You will never truly know the impact that you've made in this world and for generations to come. I would also like to thank my family for the immense support and encouragement that they've showered upon me my whole life. I would not be here without you today. Lastly, and above all, to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, to God be the glory. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Maya, and I've had the honor of serving as your Executive Student Council President this year. It has been an honor to be involved of all the events and activities that make Bedford so special. Whether it's sports, clubs, or certain classrooms, we've all found something to call home while here at Bedford. Whether it was a place or a hobby that gave you the love and community that you needed to help you grow. For me, it was music. And if these past 4 years have taught me anything, it's that life can feel a lot like being in a theater production. Now, I know some of you probably aren't familiar with what it's like to be in a musical or a play, but allow me to explain. For 4 years, we've stepped onto this stage together. Some of us entered confidently, with high hopes and knowledge of exactly who we were going to become. Others more hesitant of the future and whether they even belonged in this production at all. However, somewhere between the rehearsals, standing ovations, and mistakes we hoped nobody would notice, we grew. The thing about theater is that no performance is ever perfect. Someone misses a cue, a note goes flat during a song, or the energy of the crowd is just off. Similarly, we all make mistakes in our lives, but there's not one production that succeeds because of one person. A show only works because everyone contributes something important. The people in the spotlight, the people backstage, the musicians in the pit, and each cast member helping one another remember their next line. And I think our class has been a lot like that. From the athletes that filled our gyms with energy, the artists and musicians that gave our school creativity and heart, the students who led quietly with kindness, and the teachers who gave freely every day. Each and every one of you have played a part in shaping these years into something truly unforgettable. Now, for those of you who've been in theater, you understand that the strangest part of the whole process isn't the first rehearsal, tech week, or even opening night. It's when you're standing on that stage and you watch the curtain close for the last time. After all the rehearsals and hard work, you stand there knowing this version of the story is over. The set will come down, people will go their separate ways, and nothing will ever recreate the exact feeling of that cast, that moment, that stage. And that's where we find ourselves today. After years of hard work, new friendships, and countless performances, we made it to the final curtain call. Some of us know exactly where we're going, and others are still figuring it out, and that's okay. Because no matter where you go or who you become, we'll always have this moment in our time at Bedford High School to remember. And I think that's the most important thing that theater teaches us, is that the end of the performance is never the end of our story. So as we leave this stage tonight, I hope we do it without fear of what is to come next. I pray we take chances, embrace uncertainty, and continue taking steps towards who we want to be. Though the stage may look different and the lights are changing, all this is a new opportunity to show the world what you're capable of. So I implore you to take in this moment for all it's worth. Continue to venture, even when life doesn't give you a script. The show must go on. To the graduating class of 2026, the curtain may be closing on our high school career, but it is far from our final performance. Thank you.
Good afternoon, parents, family, members of the Board of Education, distinguished staff, and honored guests. Congratulations to each of you. These students have reached the pinnacle of the K-12 education, and your support of these young people has been an essential ingredient in the recipe for success. And congratulations to you, class of 2026. You have much to be proud of, including your beach ball skills. I would like to take a moment to honor one of our seniors that cannot be with us today. Seth Killian Walland was a member of the Bedford class of 2026 that became ill and left our world on February 22nd. Seth was a compassionate and kind young adult with a great sense of humor. Many of the graduates have lots of memories of Seth. With the support of several of Seth's closest friends, the class of 2026 has commissioned a memorial bench that will be placed near Seth's parking space. Please join me in a moment of silence in honor of Seth Walland. Thank you. The other day, I was at a professional meeting, and part of that meeting was about artificial intelligence and the role that it plays and will play in education and the future students' lives. The article that my group was asked to read focused on the challenges that universities are having with the proliferation of AI. Another article was about the risk to brain development, and particularly young people, as AI has the potential to do much of the cognitive load with writing and analyzing. While AI makes things easier, our minds, our growth, has always been rooted in doing hard things. Much of the discussion that followed was about the concerns and the ills of technology. With all the talk of students, colleges, and preparing students for the future, my mind naturally made it to my students, and particularly this graduating class. While I do contemplate technology and AI and understand the concerns, I am not worried about the class of 2026. I do not have an alarmist view of the youth of today. In fact, I am confident that the class of 2026 will not only do well, but they will positively impact and shape our country. Confidence is rooted in evidence. And over the past 4 years, I have watched and observed the many individuals of this class exhibit so many wonderful qualities. There is an old Native American proverb. I believe it's from the Cherokee. The proverb says that there is a battle between two wolves inside all of us. One wolf is evil. It is anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, lies, inferiority, and ego. The other wolf is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. Which wolf wins is always the question, and the answer is simple: whichever one you feed. I would like to take 1 minute here and feed the good wolf inside all of you. One of the articles cautioned about how the erosion of skills like writing. AI can spit out a poem or a letter or an essay. However, this class has many talented writers. Mia Shinover and Sophia Sass came to my mind. Mia, who is a HOSA national champion, who will be going to defend her national championship this summer, and Sophia can sew words together like a thread into a tapestry. They can also communicate a clear message, but also tug at emotions and paint vivid images in your mind. Another article highlighted the ease to not fully engage with history in ways that lead to deep knowledge. Essentially, if you can always Google a battle or a place, you never actually learn the interconnectedness of history. You never learn the themes that repeat themselves in human behavior, like new inventions and the potential ramifications. However, if you've ever talked to Austin Engel, you'll get a chance to meet him later today if you haven't, you'll find that he is bursting with real historical knowledge. If you ever want to win a trivia night, I would recommend seeing if Austin can join your team. Many of these students have taken history and the study of humanity to heart. The knowledge of the Constitution in the past is truly remarkable. Speaking of the Constitution, the class of 2026 has many students that have decided that their next chapter will be serving our country and the freedom spelled out in our Constitution. We have several men and women like Tristan Allison and Mason Lathartha, who are enlisted in one of the branches of service. At this time, I would ask that all of our students who are heading into the branches of service please stand. Can you give them a round of applause, please? Thank you. A little while ago, you heard Aaron talk about the pressure that this class and he puts on himself, the pressure to grow, the pressure to do all the right things. If you ever spend just a few minutes with Aaron, you would walk away with the same confidence that I have in him. Similarly, if you spend any time with Nathan Mikua or Ibrahim Salah, you would have the similar view. You would see incredibly bright individuals who are service-oriented and have a wonderful moral compass. In addition to the talented academics and people of high character, the good wolf feeds on joy. Music and the arts are just a part of that joy. This class has some talented performers like Maya Ortiz and Kyla Kalji, who you heard, and they can move a room with their voice. While speaking of talented students in the arts, especially with the idea of joy, I would be remiss if I did not get a nod to Ethan Zell or Teddy Fisher. These two can never be reduced to artificial intelligence. They seem to find joy constantly and in every situation. The class of 2026 has many tremendous scholars, and that's part of the reason that despite being one of the smallest classes in terms of the number, they have over $1.7 million in scholarship. Similarly, this class has the highest number of students that earned over a 1,400 or higher on the SAT. These are the numbers that provide the evidence that has me confident that you'll be impacting the world for the better. As you look back at your journey to today, I hope your attention goes to all the good. I hope you remember the wonderful people along your path to today. I hope you remember the Spirit Weeks and the performances and the big ball games and the big games and hacky sack and how that came back. I hope you remember the Friday song. I wasn't sure if I was going to get a groan or not with that. I do not know the specifics about what the future holds for you. I do know that gas prices will rise, you'll have to pay taxes, and there'll be challenges with technology, and many opportunities to focus on the negative. I stand here today confident in tomorrow and confident in all of you seated on this floor today. Your talents, your skills, your character are all there. I am confident that you'll be good neighbors, good leaders, and good people. Just remember that happiness, joy, and being good is a choice. Whether looking at the past or the future, I hope you feed the good wolf. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are at ease knowing you'll be the leaders of tomorrow. Now it is with honor and pride that I present this class to the Superintendent of Bedford Public Schools. I would like to welcome Superintendent Dr. Carl Schultz to the podium.
Good evening, members of the board, administrators, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Graduates. That word carries weight. It represents years of hard work, resilience, and perseverance. The late nights, the early mornings, the self-doubt, and the determination to keep going regardless of any setbacks. What makes this accomplishment meaningful is not that the journey was easy, but that you kept moving forward whenever it wasn't. During your time at Bedford Public Schools, you learned lessons far more important than anything found on a transcript. You learned how to adapt, to support one another, how to lead, and how to keep pushing forward through all the challenges. As superintendent, I have had the privilege of watching you grow into leaders, athletes, artists, beach volleyball players, scholars, volunteers, and citizens who care more about others than yourselves. That gives me tremendous hope for our future. Because the future does not belong to the loudest voices or the most perfect people. It belongs to those willing to learn, work hard, persevere, and care. If there is one message I hope you remember, it is this: success is not one size fits all. Some of you will attend college, some will enter the workforce, the military, attend trade schools, pursue paths we cannot even yet imagine. Your journeys will look different, and that is exactly how it should be. Do not measure your life against someone else's timeline. Very few people truly have it figured out. What matters is that you continue learning, continue growing, and continue learning, and always continue forward. There will be times when plans change and failure feels overwhelming, but failure is not the opposite of success. It is simply part of the journey. So allow your character to define you. Be known not only for your accomplishments, but for how you respond when life becomes difficult. Work hard, be kind, and treat people well. These are the traits that will truly shape who you will become. Class of 2026, the world needs thoughtful, compassionate, determined young leaders. It needs people willing to listen, to serve others, and to believe positive change is still possible. It needs you. Lead with courage, serve with humility, and never underestimate the impact you can have. Tonight, you walk across this stage as graduates. Tomorrow, you begin shaping the future. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what accomplishments come next. Look forward, class of 2026, and once again, congratulations. This is exactly why we do not have a boys volleyball team. Thank you. By the power vested in me by the Michigan Department of Education and by the Bedford Public Schools Board of Education, I hereby declare the Bedford High School class of 2026 officially graduated.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we wish to ask that you consider that this is a right and proper ceremony, even though we have volleyballs flying all over. We are sure that you agree that each family present today has a right to hear their graduate's name when it is announced. We ask that everyone demonstrate Bedford pride and use the Bedford clap during the diploma ceremony. At the conclusion of the diploma distribution, we will applaud for the entire class. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Dan Taylor, who will introduce the graduates as they receive their diplomas.
Leland Richard Adamczak. Maddox Lee Aliff. Daniel Jacob Allen. Carter James Allison. Tristan Allison. Jackson Lawrence Armour. Ryan Isaiah Ball. Bands off. Gabriel Eugene Bantoff. Tyler Jeffrey Bartko. Bailey Lynn Bunch. Ia Brusgard. Consuela Brock. Reagan Joe Bork. Lydia Paige Bolbach. Madeline Elizabeth Bills. Ashton Faith Beatty. Maya Barakat. Lindsay Brianne Andrews. Kaylee Rose Alexander. Brady Joseph Baxter. Griffin Michael Beard. Maxim Charles Benor. Gage Preston Bin. Blake Thomas Brandhuber. Owen Ray Brenneman. Nolan Robert Bruskel. Quinton James Bruce. Griffin David Brush. Nicholas Allen Buchanan. Stella Rose DeGroff. Emma Jennifer DeGroff. Gianna Grace DeGasto. Riley Nicole Danielson. Haley Suzanne Crown. Kennedy Louise Court. Autumn Cooper. Harmony Ann Claire. Gabrielle Elise Chappell. Kyla Evedon Calgi. Connor David Budd. Lincoln Russell Burrows. Nicholas Robert Coberly. Kane Steve Cole. Donald James Lloyd Collins. Jonas Kincaid Collins. Luke Michael Collins. Dane Michael Cook. Dominic Charles Cox. Logan Anthony Craig. Dakota Elizabeth France. Lily Grace Floyd. Kenzie Elaine Fields. McKenna Alyssa Eaton. Zoe Christine Dussault. Raylan Princess Durham. Tiana Michelle Duquette. Taylor Rose Dunning. Dorothy Lucille Dillon. Kennedy Rose Depew. Griffin Eugene Davis. Braden Matthew Despacito. Sabina Mercedes Dillon. Todd Jackson Dow. Lucas Tyler Dubois. Nicholas Charles Duran. Sam Lawrence Durvage. Thane Thomas Eby. Theodore Allen Fisher. Cheyenne Michelle Ivy. Paige Nicole Imes. Lydia Ray Howard. Bailey Noel Horton. Riley Renee Hammock. Avery Marie Hall. Peyton Joe Grueling. Lainey Marie Grueling. Shelby Fritz. Grace Elizabeth Fredericks. Zachary Raymond Frost. Kellen Waitman Gandy. William Joseph Gillespie. Braylon Adam Gilsdorf. Cruz Jose Gomez. Ethan Lucas Gagne. Malachi James Gorska. Dylan Michael Grabowski. Jacoby. Talon Jacoby Guess. Isaac James Casper Haas. Lillian Anna Landolt. Caitlin Ann Kwiatkowski. Kerrigan Kuntz. Hannah Kopensova. Kiernan Ray Kidd. Lily Ryan Kaufman. Victoria Lynn Josephowitz. Ava Ann Jessman. Lily Grace Jenkins. Kenley Ann Jankowski. Ishmael Mason Hockey. Benjamin Doyle Hammock Jr. Caleb Andrew Hart. Jansen Craig Hart. Carter Adam Hawk. Hudson Shane Heems. Isaac Michael Henman. Dane Michael Hieronymus. Isaac Lee Hinkleman. Alexander Michael Heitz. Mercedes Melby. Lindsay Ryan McBroom. Lily Mae Masters. Olivia Nicole Martin. Abigail Lynn Markle. Kirsten Marie Tenero Malabanan. Aubrey Ann Lisk. Yuki Lin. Brooke Elizabeth Lenhart. Haley Lorraine Lawson. Quinn Randall Hudson. Austin David Ingle. Brandon Matthew Jandisek. Darren Edward Jantisek. Kevin Thomas Jenkins. Damian Michael Johns. Dylan Lee Kahn. Nolan Blaine King. Tristan Avery King. Grant Michael Kohler. Kylie Lynn Knopfs. Maya Olivia Grace Munser. Cameron Lee Morse. Maya Mackenzie Morehart. Leah Robin Monholland. Lucy Jean Monahan. Mackenzie Lynn Mentor. Aubrey Therese Mishakowski. Paisley Samantha Marie Miller. Aaron Toby Miller. Anthony Michael Kraus. Luke Brian Kramer. Stone Walter Kuhlman. Lucy Noelle LeBeau. Cole Shelton Ladwig. Mason Edward Lafartha. Casey Michael William Lau. Brody Michael Leonard. D'Angelo Michael Lucarelli. Aaron Jackson Majewski. Belle Jaden Path. Allie Marie Perry. Serenity McLeod Pello. Gabriella Pokin Elizabeth Owens. Greta Ray Oswald. Maya Grace Ortiz. Olivia Riley Ort. Julia Marie Olsted. Lexi James O'Kelly. Aaron Joseph Mapes. Landon Michael Martin. Brandon David McLeod. Bryce Gordon McLeod. Brett Allen McGraw. Nathan Rex Miqua. Zachary Michael Miracle. Drake Alexander Molnar. John Andrew Monty. Simon Howard Montree. Kyler Lynn Rubin. Liliane Marie Rodriguez. Isabella Bryn Rishman. Emily Hannah Reeves. Raina Raquel Piles. Cora Moxie Putton. Cameron Elizabeth Puccetti. Emma Jean Price. Jada Audrina Philbeck. Dylan Moore. Joseph Mark Musad. Andrew Patrick Nelson. Caleb Lucas Ney. Gus Kristen Nicholas. Logan Kane No Ties. Connor Jacob Orth. Joshua James Partial. Hayden Matthew Pennington. Lance Angel Perkins. Lana Lee Smith. Avery Alamea Smith. Jocelyn Andriana Silverthorne. Mia Lucille Schiniver. Allison Lee Sherman. Phoebe Shea Shepler. Maslin Jean Semple. Marita Salima Saman. Sophia Elise Sass. Sydney Corin Reese. Jacob Phillips. Jacob Anthony Petrowski. Jalen James Porter. Kai L. Porter. Caleb Joshua Shabilsky. Devin Ross Rayburn. Matthew Rodarmal. Braden Rooks. Gage Raymond Royer. Gavin Jacob Roytek. Caitlin Rose Vance. Veda Elizabeth Valent. Kara Marie Todd. Madeline K. T-By. Olivia Isabel Swinsicki. Annabella Speaker. Madison Jean Smith. Madison Diane Smith. Major Roman Sadowski. Ibrahim Waldred Salah. Joseph John Sanchez III. Xavier Cole Seeger. Bryce Michael Senyo. Dylan Lael Sevilla. Dylan Robert Shamo. Carson Douglas Shear. Peyton Allen Sheaves. Stephen Patrick Simpson. Lillian May Zorno. Jaden Eviana Wybera. Reagan Elizabeth Whipple. Chloe Ann Wanner. Ruby Grace Wagner. Macy Marie Vineyard. Lily Anna Vandervlut. Trevor William Sink. Zachary Russell Smith. Trenton Gentry Smithson. Braden Lee Sonray. Rylan William Scott Spar. Jacob Edward Spoonmore. Cooper Thomas Douglas Starr. Benjamin Franklin St. Germain. Tristan Xavier Strack. Shivam Talwar. Gavin Michael Tegmeyer. Gavin Jacob Thomas Rucky. Giovanni Joseph Terrigliato. Connor William Urbanski. Landon Larry Luther Vaughn. Landon Thomas Vi. William Ray Waltbillig. Dylan Taylor Ward. Welsh. Okay. Andrew Jason Welsh. Gerald Dennis Willis IV. Jaden Casey Wing. Trenton Michael Yeager. Thomas James Yaki. Brady Jacob Younce. Bryson Riley Young. Matthew James Zanizer. Dominic Charles Zanger. Ethan Edward Zell.
Could we give our graduates a round of applause, please? Now it is my honor to introduce to you the 2026 Outstanding Student, Austin Engel.
Distinguished faculty, guests, and classmates, thank you for giving me the honor to speak here today. I would like to begin with a quote from Shakespeare, which I believe sums up our class and our time in school. "And this story shall a good man teach his son, from this day until the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remember it. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers." Shakespeare wasn't talking about Bedford High School's class of 2026, but the 400-year-old words still invoke a more universal truth, that those who share a collective experience of trials, hardships, setbacks, and successes forge a bond with one another that withstands the tests of life and the passage of time. When we began this journey 13 years ago, we had no idea what was ahead of us. In those years, we have all faced our fair share of trials, whether it be AP exams or CTE certifications, hardships like forgetting to study for the calc test on Monday, setbacks like failing the calc test on Monday, and successes like getting all A's or beating Monroe 4 years consecutively. We get to look back on it all now, all that we have experienced together, and wonder in awe how ordinary individuals like ourselves, with nothing but our own wit, will, and hard work, could achieve so much more than us or our parents ever could have dreamed. Now, as graduates, we stand ready for the next uncertain future. Time will take us all to different places and adventures, all of which will be wondrous and daunting, but it will certainly and most definitely fail to break the spirit which we have crafted as a class. Our challenges may be many, but our rewards will be just as plentiful. As we step out into the world, we come ready for our own exciting history to be written. So to all the teachers, faculty, coaches, and others we leave behind, we thank you for getting us on our feet. To all our loved ones, we thank you for supporting us and getting us here to this moment. And finally, to my classmates, whom I stand before here today, still honored, I will just say that I believe, indeed, we are a happy few. Thank you.
Class of 2026, will you please rise? Graduates, if you would take your tassel, you may now switch your tassel from the right to the left. I now present to you the class of 2026. Students, you may now toss your hats. Audience, as the graduates gather their caps, please remain in your seats until all the graduates have left. Please do not block the aisle as the graduates leave. The graduates will meet you outside. There are many nice opportunities for pictures as they exit. Will everyone please stand and honor the class of 2026?